Hi there, I'm Marty with ReignAir, and this is a quick video on how to install the pressure sensor for the air release valve monitor. You've got two options when it comes to how you want to monitor pressure within this valve body. You can either install a T-fitting before the existing blow-off port, or you can install it after the blow-off port. Advantages to both, it's really just user's preference. If you are going to install it before the blow-off port, one word of caution is oftentimes you do need to heat up this existing blow-off port with or the valve itself with a torch. Oftentimes the manufacturers will use an adhesive here to hold that in place. So I've already done that in the case of this valve. And then what you're going to need is a T-fitting that matches the fitting that comes off of the air release valve. And we need to get to a 1/2-inch NPT. That's what this pressure sensor that you're going to be installing today fits into. In the case of this H-check valve that we're using today, it's a 1-inch fitting. And what we want to do is make sure when this is in, it's all the way tight. For all of these fittings and connections, I highly recommend you use Teflon tape or some kind of a pipe thread seal. This is a pressure application and we don't want to have any leaks. Position your 1/2-inch NPT fitting so that it's facing up. And then you just take the sensor. Again, I would be using some Teflon tape here on these threads. Tighten this all the way down. It is NPT, so it flares, so it's going to get tighter as you go and form that seal for you. And then this is the head unit. There are two cords coming off of it, but don't worry. One's male, one's female, so you can't mix it up. One of these is for the vent tube sensor. There's a different video for how to install that. But in this case, we're going to take the female plug it into the pressure sensor. And at that point, depending on where your head unit's mounted here, it can be near the valve, it can be on the valve. But what you're going to do is call 833-GO-RAIN or 833-467-3446. It's right here on the label, so you don't have to worry about bringing that out there with you. You're going to get on the phone with us, and when we tell you to, you're going to take the red magnet that's shipped with the device and hold it right on over that circle that says swipe to send. It's going to wake this unit up. It's going to report up to the cloud dashboard. And at that point, we're going to verify, yes, your unit is online, and we're currently reading the pressure for it as well. One thing that I should note too, when you do the installation, obviously reinstall the blow-off valve here. One, it allows you to service the valve, but two, you're going to need that in the closed position, obviously, for the pressure to build up in the valve for it to function properly, and then for us to be able to read that reading. The other option you have is to install the pressure sensor after the blow-off valve. In that case, what you're going to be doing is, again, going with their existing size H-check. Again, this is a 1-inch NPT fitting, and you're going to be reducing that down to a 1/2-inch NPT fitting, a T. So in this case, what I've got here, I've got a reducer down to a 1/2-inch. I've got a 1/2-inch T, and then this is really important. You want to include some kind of a ball valve at the end of this assembly as well, because you're still going to want to be able to seal off this unit and service it, let off that pressure if you do need to service it. So in this case, we're going to screw this in. Again, all of these fittings, make sure that you're using that Teflon tape or that pipe thread seal so that obviously you're not getting any leaks from that. Once this is installed, simply screw in our sensor. And then very, very important here, you're going to need to open up the existing blow-off port because we need to let that pressure through to this part of the assembly so we can read it. Make sure that the end ball valve is closed. Again, you're going to connect the unit just like before, swipe that magnet, give us a call, we'll confirm that it's online. That's all there is to it. Thank you so much for watching.